Hello everyone, welcome to the Truck Driver Guy, and in this video I will talk about problems in logistics and, in my opinion, solutions, how it can be resolved. I'm not just gonna talk about problems, like a lot of people, a lot of companies, they talk, oh, there is a problem there in trucking, there is a problem there in trucking. I will talk about problems in the trucking industry, and I will talk about solutions, in my opinion, in trucking industry. Please subscribe to this channel, like my videos, comment if you want to add something. Feel free to comment, feel free to like my videos, share my videos with your friends. I have a lot of valuable educational videos on my channel, guys, so please subscribe to my channel, comment, like, share. It's not hard to do, and it will help me, and it's not gonna cost you guys anything. So let's start, guys. Of course, as a trucking company, a lot of trucking companies, they have huge turnover rate with the drivers. Why? Because a lot of times they abuse drivers, they're not fair to the drivers and stuff like that. But the main thing why drivers are leaving, because of the pay. I've seen a lot of stuff, I spoke to a lot of companies. Of course, when you pay 35 cents a mile to the driver and you make so much in profits, you don't want to increase a salary to the driver, because you will make less money. I mean, you're not gonna have 15 Ferraris, you're only gonna have maybe 8 Rolls Royce. You're not gonna have, like 15 Bentleys, Ferraris. You're not gonna have 4 helicopters. You're only gonna have 2 helicopters. And a lot of company owners, they don't like it. Imagine you have 2,000 semi trucks and you will increase at 10 cents per mile to your drivers. That's basically, you're not gonna make, for example, I'm just giving you guys an example, let's say $25 million a year, you're gonna make $23 million a year. And a lot of people, a lot of company owners, corporations, they are greedy. And greed, it's all about greed, guys. So that the biggest solution in this, increase. Yeah, you're not gonna, like I said, your problem gonna be that it's not gonna be as comfortable to only own 8 Range Rovers or 8 Rolls Royce, or 2 helicopters instead of 4. But the benefit is that you're gonna have income continuously, or you will lose. A lot of companies, a lot of big corporations, they filed bankruptcy because drivers left and they had a huge problem, and they filed bankruptcy. So guys, don't be greedy, respect your drivers, give more money to your drivers. Another thing in trucking industry, we have huge spike in prices. For example, in the summer, sometimes reefer can get like $3, $4, $5 per mile. In the winter, let's say $4, right? But in the spring, it's gonna be like $1.80 per mile. So guys, that's why a lot of trucking companies, they open up, close down, file bankruptcy, not file bankruptcy. In my opinion, it should be like a minimum survival rate. In my opinion, the solution to this, it has to be a minimum survival rate. Because, if a trucking company cannot afford to move your freight, I know we live in a capitalist economy, and but I think Department of Transportation have to make this rule like a minimum surviving rate for a freight company. It's very important. Another thing that we are facing as a truck drivers, and that's a huge problem, and I want to address this, is parking. Parking, guys, it's a huge problem. But I will tell you the solution. A lot, I've spoke to a lot of people about it. I watched some documentaries about it, but people don't talk about it. But I wanna tell you guys the real solution. I've been a truck driver since 2011, and who's ever gonna watch this video, I don't know, government officials, maybe a president of United States, I don't know. But the real solution, one of the big ways to resolve this problem is tell shippers and receivers to let us park there overnight. I mean, it's literally, they have, I'm not kidding, they have millions empty parkings and they don't let us park. That's a huge major problem. It's like sometimes you come to the Walmart has like 1,000 free spots, and truck stop would be like 80 miles away from the Walmart, and they're like, oh, no overweight parking. It's like, are you serious? Is it like a joke? I mean, I have a freight for you. I'm running an e-lock, and you're not letting me to park on your property when I have your own freight in my truck? Oh, you're not allowed to do it. We will call towing. We will call your company. We will, they're being so rude to us. For what? Because we are delivering freight to them? Is it like a joke or something? So that's a huge problem. That's why this is the biggest reason why we don't have enough parking in the United States, because shippers and receivers has so much parking, have millions of parking spots that are empty overnight. So the way how you can resolve it, make a law, literally. I mean, I don't think it's even, I mean, imagine, I come to the shipper or receiver to pick up their freight, or I have their freight, they have hundreds, maybe thousands of free parking spots, and they tell me, oh, you're not allowed to park here overnight. It's like, what? So this is the huge problem in logistics, and this is how you can resolve it. Another thing, a lot of big trucking companies and a lot of maybe mega billionaires, wealthy people, they think, oh, we're gonna remove about roughly 3 to 5 million truck drivers by autonomous trucking. Well, guys, I kind of wanna open the eyes for you. It's not gonna happen. Not even in 10, not even in 15 years. I know you don't like to hear it because you invested hundreds of billions of dollars in this technology, because I see how much money been invested, how many companies are involved in this technology. Yes, the truck will drive by itself in a certain situations, but I'll tell you something, guys. There is no way on earth a semi-truck without a driver will go from, let's say, a point A, let's say in Salinas, California, to a market in New York, New York City. There is no way on earth it will happen. Never. Probably not even in 100 years, unless the only solution there is to totally change the infrastructure, invest trillions of dollars to literally make special highways for this kind of vehicles, special freeways those vehicles are only allowed on these freeways. That's the only solution. And even then, it's not going to be fully autonomous. But again, guys, if you are ready to invest about, I don't know how many years it will take to fully change the infrastructure, because that technology is not available yet. will take probably, I don't know, maybe 10 to 15, maybe 20 years to really implement this technology, but then you will have to change the infrastructure. It will take another probably 20 years. So if you're ready to spend like $23 million, I don't know how much, but it's gonna be a lot to change everything. There is a possibility that it's gonna be autonomous for, I would say, 70%. There is a possibility. I can see it from my experience, from my understanding. But again, don't forget, expenses are gonna be crucial. It's gonna be it will cost you so much money to number one, security. You will have to increase, because don't forget, when you take jobs from about 15 to 20 million people, when people gonna be hungry, when their family is gonna be hungry, theft will go up like ridiculous. So crime will go up, theft will go up, everything will go up. So you will have to hire so much security cameras. You know those cameras, the security cameras. It's a joke. You will have to hire so much security to protect those autonomous vehicles. That will probably cost you about 20% more at the end of the day than you are currently paying for the drivers. It will probably cost you about 20% more. Like at the very, very end of the day, when you calculate everything, it will probably cost you about 20% more, at least 20% more than it's costing you today. The only issue you will resolve that most of the truck drivers gonna be jobless. That's the only issue you will resolve. I mean, I don't know if it's an issue or problem when about 20 million people, because don't forget there's the dispatchers, mechanics, so many people are involved in the trucking industry that when that many people will get jobless, wow, the crime in the country will just skyrocket. So, but again, guys, I'm just telling you from my experience, from my trucking experience. Like I said, I've been a truck driver for over 10 years. Of course, I don't have trillions of dollars or hundreds of billions of dollars like you guys have, because I've seen how much money is invested in this technology. I mean, hundreds of billions of dollars. It probably soon is probably going to be a trillions, and the companies who support this technology, their net worth is in trillions. So I mean, literally, if they need $1 trillion to fix this problem, they will spend trillions of dollars. So that's pretty much what they're doing. So anyway, guys, the next problem, Department of Transportation. I mean, God bless Department of Transportation. I'm not saying nothing against our beautiful people, but Department of Transportation are sometimes very brutal to the drivers. Guys, have little mercy on us, because I mean, the solution of this, have little mercy or understanding. I think there should be a law that, for example, I'll just kind of like just one of the things. Again, I'm just a driver. This is a suggestion. I'm not telling you guys what to do. This is just my solution that I'm thinking about. For example, if a driver been driving all day, right, and let's say he's 5 minutes to the next truck stop, and his logbook is 11 hours gone, driving time is gone. Oh my goodness, if this kind of driver would get pulled over at the weigh station, God bless him. I mean, wow, I can only imagine what's gonna happen. But guys, I think there should be a little lenient, because I mean, imagine he's away from his family. He's probably been driving forever, like for 5 years. He having so many bills. I mean, maybe he had like a breakdown on the road and so many things, and he's like 5 minutes over his driving time. Wow. I mean, it's gonna be insane. that driver will pretty much wow. I mean, wow. Again, guys, 5 minutes to the next truck stop. I know you will say, oh, you have to make a plan. It's all understandable, but again, sometimes you make a plan, it's so much traffic on the road, and sometimes things go against your plan, especially when you're driving like 600 miles a day. So sometimes even more than 600 miles a day. So I don't know, I'm just a driver, of course I'm gonna say it, but you guys are Department of Transportation, and of course you're gonna be like, no, you're just a driver, you have to obey. I agree, I mean, I have nothing against you guys, but like I said, be nicer with us, and like, I don't know, maybe it should be some kind of rule to be lenient on truck drivers, not just punish for every second that, you know, something like you literally 5 minutes over, you get punished. Come on, guys, it's just sometimes not fair, you know. Okay, guys, another one, another problem, I would say, in the trucking industry, but it's also a blessing for the trucking industry. A lot of huge trucking companies, they pretty much, their drivers work for them pretty much for free. I would say they sometimes I met truck drivers who work for large corporation, for large trucking companies. They don't even have enough money to pay their cell phone bill, which is insane. But again, guys, that's why these big trucking companies, they can only cover about anywhere from maybe, I think roughly, you know, who say 12%, who say 10%, 8%, 14%, roughly 10% of the market. That's why they can only cover 10% of the market, because, again, roughly, because they're greedy, and they treat their drivers like their drivers are not even slaves, because, I mean, like I said, some drivers, they cannot even afford food. I mean, it's terrible, you know. Sometimes I talk to drivers, you know, I'm like, bro, how much you made this week? He's working for a company that has like thousands of trucks. He's like, oh, I've been on the road and I've made like $600 in 1 week as a truck driver, and you've been on the road. It's like, what? You know, these companies, they take so much advantage of the truck drivers that is literally insane. I mean, they treat them sometimes even worse than slaves. I mean, it's like a minimum wage is, I mean, if the drivers would work in McDonald's, they would make more money than they make driving these huge trucks. 80,000 pounds and you make $600 a week, and it's legal. So I think solution, it must be a law that if driver makes than a minimum wage, trucking company must pay the drivers at least, you know, what is it, $15 an hour or whatever. I don't know, I live in California, so it has to be at least minimum wage, because, guys, other than that, it's just terrible. I mean, I feel bad for the drivers, that's why. But the benefit of this, that's why there's a lot of small trucking carriers, because huge trucking companies, they just abusing their drivers. They just, like, you know, they say, oh, you can make 50,000 a year. They don't even guarantee you anything. They just abuse their drivers in such a horrible ways. There is so many lawsuits. There is always, I see a lawsuit there, lawsuit there, lawsuit there. It's just horrible. But because they do that, because of the corporate greed, there is a lot of trucking companies, small carriers with a couple hundred trucks, that actually pay their drivers, I'm not kidding, sometimes 5 times more. Not 5 or 10 cents more, literally 5 times more than these large corporations. 5 times more. Guys, I don't wanna tell you the numbers, because some of you can even have a heart attack, but sometimes when you work for a small company, you literally make 5 times more money than for this large company. Well, guys, it's up to you. But again, like I said, it's a problem in the trucking industry, but there is also a blessing for a lot of trucking companies because they can start a company. Let's say, for example, let's say truck makes 400,000 in a year, right? 400,000. A large corporation would pay a driver, like they say, oh great, we're gonna pay you great, 50,000 a year. Oh, it's a great salary. Wait, you make $400,000 a year. You make $400,000 a year. You have all the benefits in the world for the fuel, for all these expenses, and you're paying your driver $50,000? Like, is this a joke? I mean, how greedy you have to be to do it. So what the small companies do, it's a simple math. It's a simple math. Those small companies, they pay them, sometimes 100,000. And guess what? They have more expenses than the large corporations because they don't have all these fuel discounts, discounts on the parts, discounts on the trucks. They have bigger expenses, and they pay more for the drivers. Sometimes, like I said, a lot more. Sometimes 2 times, sometimes even 5 times. It's a different situations. But so guys, so it's good that these huge corporations are greedy. Because of that, we are blessed. Small drivers, like for example, like me or other drivers who work for small companies, we are blessed. So thank you, huge corporations, for being greedy and pay your drivers nothing. Thank you guys. God bless you guys. Keep it up. Yes, lower the wages so we can thrive in the trucking industry. God bless you guys also. Whatever happens for the reason. So I mean, I guess it is what it is. Let's go to the next one, guys. Let's go to the next one. Well, I kind of want to address this. But trucking insurance. So trucking insurance is sometimes can be also very, very tough. But in the same time, I understand why they do it. But sometimes, a truck driver would get a speeding ticket and his insurance would literally skyrocket. So I think there should be like a lenient law for truck drivers on this as well. I think guys. So it's up to you guys what you guys gonna decide, but I think it should be a lenient law for truck drivers as well. Okay guys, let's go to the next one. Very, very important, guys. And like I said, guys, I use my pen, I've used my brains, I use my experience. I think a lot, very, very important thing that I want to tell you guys. Huge problem in the truck driving industry, in the trucking industry, there is a lack of healthy food and lack of healthy facilities. Literally, there is, it's literally, from the old truck stops, there is literally probably 1% where you can actually find a wellness facility, like a jacuzzi, a shower. Not a shower, jacuzzi. Maybe like a massage, maybe like a good fitness. We literally have to go in a city and find, a park, go against rules sometimes, or go in some crazy spots, crazy tough places, just to find a fitness. So of course it's a huge problem in the trucking industry. The solution of it, of course, build trucking facilities for us that we can actually stay wealthier, stay healthier, and drive. So this is the solution. Again, guys, I don't know how profitable it's gonna be for you guys, because a lot of investors, they dream about autonomous vehicles, which is which is funny in a way, but keep on dreaming, keep on investing, and keep on, you know, building. This is good, guys. I'm all for innovation. I mean, I'm all for innovation. It's just like when I know all the details in the trucking, and when I see how it's going, and when, you know, these companies, they promise, oh, it's gonna be available in 1 year or 5 years. I'm like, bro, it's not gonna be available even in 10 years. Don't even talk about it. But again, guys, I'm just a truck driver, and I'm telling you guys from my opinion, from my knowledge, and if it's gonna be available in 10 years, so guess what? I guess I was wrong. Again, guys, if you guys wanna add something, feel free to share whatever comments. Feel free to share. You're more than welcome to comment anything you like on my channel. Okay, guys, let's go to the next one. Very, very, very crucial. And again, guys, I'm just telling you guys from my perspective, from my point of view. So guys, problems with e-logs. Electronic logbook devices, a huge problem. What problem it is? For example, sometimes when you go to the shipper or receiver, those guys, wow. Sometimes, you know, you would go at the shipper, and they would load you for like, I'm not kidding, guys, they would load you for like 14 hours, 20 hours, 30 hours. I'm not kidding. I mean, if you guys are truck drivers and it's never happened to you, please comment, because in my situation, sometimes 10 hours, 8 hours, sometimes they load you like half of the trailer, be like, bro, the other load is coming from the other warehouse. Guys, how long it's gonna take? Oh, it should be done by tomorrow. It's like it's only like 1:30 p.m. It's literally noon. Well, yeah, we'll do our best by tomorrow. They load you next day, maybe around 8 p.m. next day. So you literally already there for like, gosh, 40 hours. And then your company is like, oh, now you need to drive at night. It's like, oh gosh. So the big problems in e-logs that, you know, sometimes when you get loaded or unloaded at the pickup or delivery locations, they take forever. Let's say they take 5 or 6 hours, right? And you are sleeping, you're in a sleeper bird sleeping, but many times your hours not letting you to drive anymore. And like I said, if you're just gonna move an inch off, now you're in violation. It's just terrible, guys. It's just terrible. And I think it should be changed in a way where common sense would actually work. I think we need a little bit of common sense there. In my opinion, guys, again, this is the solution. Have a little bit of common sense. You know, maybe, I don't know, maybe 5 or 10% of this can be shifted. For example, you know, if you spend so much time there, I think you can have, again, just my opinion, there should be just like a common sense, not like a prison, you know, strictness. You know, because sometimes truck drivers, they can't even left the property because they be in violation, and I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair, guys. So not fair for truck drivers. Okay, let's go to another one. Well, a lot of I mean, this is why trucking industry have problems. This is biggest concern. One of the biggest concerns is that a lot of trucking companies, they treat their drivers like shit. I mean, I'll be honest, like for example, one time I was working for a large trucking carrier, and I was sleeping at night, and what happened, something happened with the truck, and my truck got on fire, right? So thanks God I got up. It was all in smog. I got out from the truck. It didn't burn down, nothing, but basically I was waiting to give it to the shop. So the guy was like, it was like night and stuff, and he was like, you know what? Again, guys, it's a multi-billion dollar corporation, and the guy was like, bro, I can pay for your hotel, but you need to cover 50%. Honestly, I was shocked. I was shocked, and after that, maybe that's why that company lost me as a driver, because it's like, they literally treat drivers like you're nothing. And of course they say, oh, because it's a big retention. Well, guys, hello, that's why it's a big retention, because you treat your people like shit. That's why it's a big retention. That's why, if you are not wise enough, put yourself in your driver position. If you're not wise enough, put yourself in your driver position. What would you do? Come on, guys. And you're complaining, oh, it's not enough drivers. There is enough drivers. You just treat your drivers like garbage. That's it. That's why it's not enough drivers, and it's never going to be enough drivers, because when you treat your drivers like garbage, it's always going to be huge retention. Yes, and it's going to be more and more and more and more small carriers, because they can compete against you. Simple as that. And about autonomous trucking, keep on dreaming. I'm not saying it's not possible. It's possible. Like, for example, it's possible if it's gonna be like a gated thing. For example, gated a warehouse, right? And there's gonna be nobody there, just autonomous vehicles. Sure, yeah, it's possible. But it's not the point how to fix an issue in the trucking industry. You only removed maybe a couple jobs here and there, but in the end of the day, you'll still paying more money, because you can see your accounting, and I know how much all that stuff costs. So, anyways, but I've been talking not so positive about large carriers, but now I will tell the truth about small carriers. Also, when you work for a small carrier, you have to be very, very careful, because there's a lot of scammers in a small carriers. Like, for example, when a company has 10,000 trucks or 5,000 trucks, they're not gonna scam you. You're gonna make you barely gonna survive, but they're not gonna scam you. In the big companies, they have a special system how they scam drivers, and very, very popular one, what they do, they don't pay the last paycheck. That's very popular one. But again, when you file a complaint in Department of Labor, when Department of Labor call them, yeah, they will pay you, of course. But a lot of drivers, they don't know how to do that stuff, and they just say, oh man, this company is bad, blah blah, they go to another company. But again, guys, if you was in this situation, was when small trucking company was trying to scam you, please comment below and let us know what you did, or if they pay you eventually or not. So yeah, small trucking companies, a lot of times they're big scammers. So that's the thing about small trucking companies, that they are big scammers. Well, another thing I want to add, another problem. Well, I don't want to say it like that, but I will tell you guys just so you understand. Global warming. A lot of you guys gonna be like, global warming, what are you talking about? There is no global warming. Guys, I tell you something, it's literally getting hotter. It's getting so hot that, for example, last summer it was so hot. I never felt that temperature before in the last 10 years of driving. Never in my life, guys. It's getting so hot that it's just insane, guys. It's just insane. So guys, I think there should be the solution for this. There should be more facilities to let truck drivers rest. It kind of goes to the point of parking, but it's a little bit more than that. It's literally getting hotter. It's sometimes it's so hot. And last but not the least, of course, guys, if you want to add something to my videos, feel free to do it. I'll appreciate it. You guys can add whatever comments you guys have, feel free to add. But we literally, in a lot of times, another thing that it's not pissing me off, but I'm kind of like sometimes, you drive like for 3,000 miles, you deliver a load to that receiver, right? And he's like, I'm like, can I use your restroom? Oh, it's not allowed for truck drivers. It's like, seriously? Oh, you cannot use the restroom on the property. You can only use it when you're outside. Okay, guys, but you're unloading me for 14 hours now. We don't care. And then they complain why truck drivers are, peeing on the parking lot and stuff like that. It's terrible. I mean, there is no respect. Like a lot of shippers and receivers, they literally treat truck drivers like worse than animals. Literally, like I'm sure if their dog or cat wanted to go to the restroom, they would let them go to the restroom and be like, oh, doggy, my cat, oh, you want to pee? Okay, yeah, go to the restroom. I made a special thing for you, But a truck driver, a human, oh, you want to go to the restroom? It's not allowed on the property. It's like, wow. So the shippers and receivers, I would say a lot of shippers and receivers, that they have this problem. And solution, I think it has to be a law that will actually, I don't think it's even legal, it's kind of like I don't know, they probably laugh after. They're probably like, oh, that fat truck driver came and he wanted to go to the restroom and I said, get her out of here, no restrooms here. I'm sure they make fun of us, but I don't think it's legal. Honestly, when I think about it, yes, they make fun of us, but I don't think it's even legal. But it is what it is, guys. So solution is not let them do it to us as the truck drivers. And anyway, guys, please subscribe to my channel, like my videos, keep on trucking. God bless you guys. And if you want to add something to this video, feel free to add whatever you want. God bless, and keep on trucking, and it's gonna be all good. We will get better. God bless you guys. Bye.